What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idle. I got a little cold going on, so might have a little scratchy throat today, or scratchy voice, but today is April 1st, and if we go into, let's see here, the changelog, the recent news, they released an April Fool's temporary game mode, which they've done this a few times. I think we had Chaos mode last year or something. That was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot, but I didn't play it very far. This one kind of intrigues me, though. This one is Hardcore Adventure Speedrun. Your goal is to defeat the final boss as fast as possible. So to do that, this is hardcore. It's got the adventure mode rules, but permadeath. You also get 100% maximum hit points for you and the enemies, which is pretty much what hardcore does, or adventure mode does. You get a minus 80% attack interval, so everything goes a lot quicker. 80%, minus 80% skill interval, plus 800% global mastery XP, minus 2-second monster respawn timer, no HP regen, which is your standard hardcore rules, and then the rest of it's adventure mode. If you're unfamiliar with adventure mode, you pretty much only start with attack, strength, defense, and hit points, I believe. These 4 skills right here. And then you have to buy everything else. So the first thing you have to do is survive long enough, and I totally forgot. I guess I shouldn't say I forgot. I think it happened kind of quickly, so I'm not entirely sure. But you get like a few items or something, like a knife or a sword or something, and then some healing stuff. And then you just kind of have to go in and do combat. Well, I think you started with like half health or something. It was something weird about it, and I got hit by a plant a few times and then just died. And I was like, all right. So I basically started this about 5 o'clock this morning, laying in bed, and I just kind of poked at it for a little bit. And then I've kind of been prying on it all day long. So what you see here, in one day, I've covered probably a month or two's worth of work here. This thing is so cranked up that you can just sail through all these different skills very quickly. As you can, well, first and foremost, because this is using adventure rules, your skills can only be as high as your combat level. And your combat level is made up of a few things. It could be, well, there's some base things. Defense, hit points, and prayer are the 3 base skills. The other skill that goes into it is either ranged, magic, or the 2 melee skills of attack and strength. So basically, attack, strength, defense, hit points, and prayer combined are giving me a level 63, combat level 63. If I was to raise my ranged up higher than these 2, it would take over, and I would only have to worry about the 1. The problem with ranged and magic is, and the reason that they're treated as 1 skill instead of 2 is because strength and attack, they don't take anything. They don't cost anything. You just use them. Ranged, you have to, work on arrows or bolts or something. And magic, you have to have all the different runes and stuff. So there's nuance to why those are just a single skill instead of spread across 2. At any rate, you can only go as far as your combat level allows. So I've been working. I went off and had supper and came back. I left this thing going on killing cows for a little while. We'll take a look at everything here in a second, but there's a few things I'm trying to do right now, and I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this, like overnight or whatever. But let's see, we're getting close. See, this is ticking up really fast. So here's the thing. You start off with these 4 skills right here: attack, strength, defense, and hit points. That's basically what you get. So the first thing I did was came over here and went into the farmland and started fighting plants. At some point, I fought a few chickens. I got some money up. I basically got enough money up. What did I do first? I think I unlocked thieving. No, I take that back. It was either fishing or cooking. Might have been cooking. I think it was cooking was the first skill I unlocked. And I thought I could do chickens. Oh, I don't want to click that. I want to click this because chickens are only level 4. I thought, cool, I'll just use that. The problem is I think chickens are locked behind the furnace because they're not in this side here. The beef is on this side, and I'm guessing the chicken's over here. And I didn't have the components for this, But because I had this, I went ahead and opened fishing up. And the thinking with this, the reason I went with these two to begin with, is I need a little bit of money and I needed health. Pretty much it. And a lot of the things that you're going to kill early on, like if you're focusing on plants, don't really give you anything. They give you potatoes. And potatoes really don't heal very much. If you go into chicken, it's raw chicken. If you get cows, it's beef. And things like that, like the Golbans, they give you raw shrimp. So you really don't get anything that you can use out of these things that you can use right away. So I went with cooking, and because farming and your vegetables and stuff don't really heal all that much, I didn't want to mess around with it. And if you try to heal 10,000 hit points 30 at a time, it really sucks. So here we are. Now, let's see here. I need to check this because I've not been paying attention. All right, we got to get 2 million up for level 80, and we're not at level 80 yet. So, okay, so I worked through these 4 skills, got them up as far as I could, unlocked fishing and cooking, got those done. And then the next thing I unlocked was thieving. And once I got thieving unlocked, I was like at level 30 or 40, somewhere in there. Combat level is what I'm talking about. So I worked on thieving up, I work it up for a little bit and then get it to where it's maxed out and then stop. It'll pop up this message right here. It says non-combat skill limit reached. So you're kind of at the peak of it. So then you basically switch over and start cooking or whatever. I've been trying to ratchet all these skills up to where they're all at the same level of my combat level. And these skills in particular are the ones that I think you need, the ones I feel are the most important right off the bat. Fishing, because you can get the ring of mastery, the ring of skill. Let's see, what else is there? There's quite a few items you can get off of fishing. Not to mention that you can get food for healing and everything. And then obviously cooking is going to cook the food that you come out of fishing with. So that's why I started with these. The next thing I unlocked was thieving. And thieving probably would have been one of the last ones I unlocked up until they did the thieving rework. And now it's one of the first because this thing is a good source of a lot of different things, mostly money. And money is huge early on. You need money throughout, but the biggest time that you need money is very early on because you have to buy all these different skill upgrades, like the axes and this pickaxe, the fishing rod and all this type of stuff. The furnace and the basic pot are the only 2 things that don't take money. Pretty much everything else takes money and something else. Like you need logs here for this one, but the rest of them are all money. Whereas this is just some bronze bars or gold bars or whatever it is as you level it up. Now, the general upgrades, of course, I wanted to get Auto Eat Tier 1. And Tier 1 of Auto Eat is 1,000,000 gold. So that was going to be one of my first priorities, was to get that 1,000,000 gold. Now, in the past, I would have probably done wood cutting, fishing, or something like that, maybe some mining. But because we've got thieving, I can get in here and get a ton of money quickly, especially early on, because this guy drops the chaplain Noor, the sneakers, the jeweled necklace. You move on to this chick here, and she drops, some of the same things, plus the fine coin purse, which all of those things do global gold. The Golden Chief, I need to work on him, but his mask down here I need to get. And then the Marauder, he's got this Thiever's Cape. Actually, both the Bandit Thug and the Marauder do. And the Thiever's Cape helps out on thieving also. Now, the next skill that I unlocked is Agility. And the reason I unlocked Agility is because down here on Coalstones, you get this 20% plus 20% gold from thieving. And then Obstacle 5, all the way down here at the bottom, this Rooftop Run gives you another 20% gold from thieving, plus gives you a little bit of stealth, and which helps your thieving so that you can thieve a little better. Plus you get some skill XP and a minus 0.2 second interval. So all I'm missing is some lemon tile, which I've been working to get. I needed to thieve that up. The problem I ran into is it's this merchant, and I just wasn't quite like, I can get these out of here, but I need to get my skill level higher, and that's why I kind of let this run for a while. So I'm going to come back and thieve on this for a little bit. I got some glove charges. We're going to get all this equipped up here. Of course, I'll have the jeweled necklace on. I'll equip the rest of this stuff. So for right now, this is what I'm doing. And these levels are coming fast and furious. So overnight, I think regardless of what my combat level is, I'm going to do one of two things overnight. I'm either going to let it run on fishing to get the rings and amulets and stuff that you can get from fishing. Plus, I should also add, I don't have it yet, but there is a hidden area to get. That's another reason I wanted fishing. There's a hidden area to get skeleton fish, which you can harvest up for prayer points. So I want those. So that's why I kind of want to let this one run, whether I'm at level 99 combat or not. I want to let this thing run and see if I can get that stuff. Maybe stock up on some of these fish, swordfish or something, fanfish, whatever. Or I'm going to let it run on thieving so I can build up a big pile of cash and then just start buying bank slots. Like I've had to buy a bunch of bank slots to hold stuff. Or we've got all these different skill things to buy. Like I need auto eat tier 2, which is 5 million. An extra equipment set would be handy. Whenever we get the tree thing, I'm going to need, $1 million for that. We're going to have to get astrology in there at some point. We're going to need all these different ones here. So we're going to need a lot of gold at some point too. And I'm hoping I can get at least this obstacle finished off tonight. I do have, let's see here. Oh, I got the Pirate's Lost Ring. This gives you a little bit of skill XP, so we're going to kick that thing on. Claim that. Let's open this stuff up. And we get a shark. Toss that over here. All this crap can be sold. This is a really good time to do this event too, because if you're early in the game, or if you're kind of middle or towards late game, but not quite in the late game yet, if you play this thing through, you will learn a lot about this game. It's just handy to play. Let's see here. I don't want to get rid of any of this stuff here. I do want to get rid of that. Don't care about that. I'm going to keep this slingshot for a little bit, but the sneakers, the Chapanor, and the fine corn burst. But what I was saying is, if you're early into this game, it'd be real beneficial to play this mode. You only get 30 days to play it. Everything is accelerated greatly, so you can pop through here and test some theories out. Like my theory has always been, since thieving's been reworked, that thieving and agility would be good skills to take early on. So I've opened these up. And like I said, we're going to need a lot of money to open all these skills up and buy all this stuff. So having these early and just letting it roll would be really cool. Or is really cool, I should say. And I mean, we're gaining levels quickly. So I imagine all this stuff's going to go very quickly. And if we're trying to get into the event, I mean, I'm thinking I could be in the God Dungeons in a day or two, depending on how things go. So that's kind of where we're at. This is what I'm at, what I'm focused on right now. Trying to get as much health up as I can. I think I'm using these things for health. Yeah. At some point I will be. So we'll go and equip that. I'm halfway through the lemon tile grind. The one thing that's, well, I need to upgrade all that stuff and get my damage reduction, but like there's so many things that are so thick to fight right now. I've just been fighting pissant stuff like the cows and things. Just because, oh yeah, we're also banging up with that 15% XP too. That's rocketing this thing up too. Oh, for fishing. Ah, crap, we're not fishing right now. I need to put the other ring back on. The thing that's going to be tricky is getting like the signet ring and stuff like that, because those are, that you just basically have to let this thing run in the background. Let's lock that for the time being. Although this is moving up fairly quickly, I don't know that I need that thing, but so that's kind of where we're at. I don't know how to proceed further than this though. Like, oh, I also opened up, obviously I've opened up ranged, prayer, and slayer, and I started working on slayer skill. Slayer skill takes a long time, so I started doing that, and I'm glad I did, because I had this unlocked before I did agility, and I'd forgotten that you need a bunch of slayer coins for agility. If I could get agility to level 99, that would be great, because then I could take the generosity pillar, which gives you the 10 extra bank slots, but it gives you extra gold, like percent gold or whatever. What I really need to do is start working on the mastery for this, because thieving needs to be at 50% mastery, and then I can get 100% more gold. Of course, if I get it to 95, then I don't have to worry about thieving. I'm not going to so much worry about masteries on here. Like, this obviously is not going to be a completion account. It's only going to be around for 30 days. So I don't care about masteries, but I do care about getting enough mastery. Like in here, the more mastery you get, this success rate goes up. So like this is only at 87%, but he's only 44 mastery. So if I raise him up quickly, and that's why this is at 11%, is because I've been spending a lot of that on some of these other characters, just so that I could get into stealing from them, like the bandit thug or the marauder. Like I needed to get the cape from those guys. The merchant here drops the the lemon tile. I need this thing. This gives you a 10% discount for stuff from the store. So I need to finish stealing from that. Like I said, between thieving and fishing, I've got two things that I really need to work on. So let's see. Can we cook anything new now? We can do fanfish. We're already doing fanfish. Let's see. What's the next thing we can do? Crabs at level 60, which I don't think I've fished up crabs, have I? Yeah, I can get crabs now, but I don't want crabs. Nobody wants crabs. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't know how often I'm going to check in with this. Like this is like the first video. I'm just kind of showing you what I did today, and how quickly you can come together on this. Like I said, I'm going to leave it going overnight. I don't know what I want to leave it doing. I could do some Slayer stuff for a while. I probably should let it do combat as much as I can during the day. That way I can level up this other stuff at night. But I don't know. Getting the Marauder up here, he drops 438 gold. Some of these other ones are a little bit tighter to get into. The Merchant, maybe. You can use the Thief's Glove, and I even have it on. That gives you 75 stealth. And even with this thing equipped, yeah, I'm still not quite there. These are really low. Like, I really need to get this. I'm not even at 25%, which would give me decrease the thieving interval, which I'm curious. This is 0.2. You take 0.2 off of that, that's going to move quick. Hey, we got a new announcement here. 100% mastery due to the pop. Okay, whatever. Well, we'll have to restart this. We'll have that issue, but we'll see. So somebody has. I'm curious how far people are. I'm sure people are probably a little further than I am. I really want to get this prayer thing working, because the higher up prayer is, the higher the combat level. So if I can get that thing brought up, I may be able to raise this up to 70 pretty quickly. That's why I really want to do fishing a lot. But at the same time, I could be spending time raising these other skills, and then whenever I do get enough prayer points behind it, I can raise up there. So I don't know. The next skill that I do want to buy is farming, because this is only 30 days. I don't know what the clocks look like on farming, but farming is going to take forever to get built up. Unless things grow quicker, like unless the timeline is shorter. But if it's a normal timeline, it's going to take a while to get farming done. So that's probably going to be the next one I do because of that. After that, it's going to take me 2.5 mil to get that done. To beat the end game, to beat the event, you have to have 99 in all skills. So this is going to be interesting to see how this goes. I could open up magic and do alt magic. That was something that I found. Actually, that might be a good option for that. Maybe I should prioritize that, because then I could level this up quickly with alt magic. The thing that worked out well for me with my, I don't remember if it was hardcore or adventure, but the alt magic stuff that you get, some of the skills you can get holy dust, and which gives you prayer points. So that might be worth looking at too. A good angle to go to. So at any rate, I am running through this. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. May die, who knows. But I am running hard at this, trying to see how fast I can get into the God dungeons and things like that. Once we get a good source of prayer points, a good source of money, and can get a good source of gold and silver bars, I think we'll be golden. That's what I'm headed for. In Penumbra, there's this statue, and this thing drops silver and gold bars. The problem is it's a little bit thick for me right now, and I really need a lot of healing for it. What I really need is the gold bars out of this so I can upgrade these and get all the damage reduction in place. So that would help out immensely. Of course, if I had mining and smithing, I could just take care of it and be done with it. So again, you come back to money. I really need a lot of money from thieving. So, or fishing or whatever. So we'll check back here in a little bit and see how things go. Maybe another day or two. See how this turns out. I don't know that I'm going to spend a whole lot of time on it. As much time as I did today. Like, I focused on it quite a bit. Like, I might try to just let it run on some things in the background. Maybe just run on strength for a while. Which is another thing. If you get the strength area in fishing, you can actually level strength up without combat. Of course, it's only as good as your combat level, but I mean, you can work on some of that stuff. But at any rate, I am doing this. I think it's pretty cool. I'm curious to see if I can actually get to the event right now, and try it with this. Getting through Into the Mist would be a great start, but we'll see. Anyway, that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.